In today's day and age, it is normal than ever to know the intimate details of every influencer's lives that we follow. We wake up with their vlogs, we go to sleep with their live streams, and we know every single detail about their lives more than we do our own friends and family. But what happens when those relationships are only one-sided? What happens when we confuse familiarity with friendship? Today, we're diving into the emotional cost of internet intimacy, from parasocial relationships to snark culture, and the complicated dynamic between creator and viewer. So, let's talk about what is a parasocial relationship. A parasocial relationship is defined as a one-sided emotional bond with someone who doesn't know you exist. Often a figure, YouTuber, influencer, social media influencer, TikTok creator, celebrity, whatever you name it, a person that you have no idea who they are in real life, that would be a parasocial relationship. This term was actually coined in the 1950s to describe relationships with TV and radio personalities. The term has taken on a new urgency in the age of vlogs, live streams, and Instagram stories. Social media really hones on parasocial relationships because the frequency that these creators post, it makes their viewers feel like they really know them. You can see, especially on TikTok, when creators are posting 5 videos a day, it feels like you're going on the day with them because you're always checking your phone to look at TikTok or look at YouTube, and you see your favorite creator post 5 times a day, you're gonna feel like you're more connected because like, ooh, I was the first viewer. Like every time you go on a YouTube video, especially if it's like the first 5 minutes, the first comment is, oh my gosh, I'm the first viewer. Oh my gosh, I just ran to see this video. You're my favorite creator. Like seconds when a video is uploaded, people are in the comments saying that they're the first one and they love them so much because they're the first person to see their video. The emotional storytelling and emotional roller coasters these creators put us on really creates a sense of vulnerability and openness. It makes you feel like you're really connected to these creators. Algorithms really push the creators that we engage with over and over on our timeline, so it feels like we're even closer to them because we see their videos more frequently the more we engage with them online. Over time, these followers start to feel like they know the creator, that they have stake in their personal lives, and that their emotional investment gives them rights to opinion, criticism, and even real life access, which is very creepy. Now let's talk about how parasocial relationships are very harmful to the viewer and the content creator as we go on. In this weird dynamic that we have online, they can blur emotional boundaries, especially with these very vulnerable videos we see from creators where they're crying, boo-hooing on camera, talking about very intimate and emotional parts of their life and sharing them with 1,000 to even 10,000 to even 1 million people online. It makes people feel entitled to the very specific and very personal details of these creators' lives, because I know you've seen examples of people, well, I don't want to really share this online, like this is something personal. People feel entitled to every single detail of a creator's lives because they're like, well, you shared that with us before, why aren't you going to share with it now? Like, we built your platform, we gave you what you have today, so you have to tell us what's going on in your life. If a creator changes or stops sharing or sets boundaries with their audience, the followers feel personally attacked. They feel like that their negative and overcritical opinion should affect what you're sharing. You should share what we want to anyway, so why aren't you? This can spiral into obsessive comments, demand for explanations, and even harassment, which is insane. Now, the whole reason I wanted to make this video is because last night I watched a commentary video about this YouTuber who decided it would be a good idea to go to Duke Dennis, who, if you don't know who Duke Dennis is, he's a very famous Twitch streamer. He's in the AMP group with Kai Cenat and all those Twitch creators. And somebody thought it was a good idea to make a video, sneak into Duke Dennis's parking garage and film a like motivational-esque video near his car, like literally next to his car. He literally set up 3 cameras, different angles in front of Duke Dennis's, I think he's like a G-Wagon or something, and posted this motivational video to join his like mafia-thon group with like Kai Cenat and stuff.
Go to his house and sleep under his cars. Do you not understand how scary that is for me? But it's for me though. As long as you get your video, as long as you get your content and shit, it's for me. And I'm saying, bro, that shit is scary, bro. I'm saying that, cause where I live at, you can't even get in the gate unless you live there. So in order to get in the gate, you dead ass gotta wait until somebody come out and then you gotta slip in. You know what I'm saying? And bro, you know what I'm saying? It get to a point, bro. Like
Then after that video was posted, Duke Dennis's Hellcat got stolen. Literally, like I think like a week later or something, I don't know the timeline or specifics, his car got stolen.
You know what I'm saying? First things first, bro. You know what I'm saying? As y'all all seen, bro. I got my motherfucking car stolen. I did indeed get my car stolen. The dude who did it, there was no way in hell I was gonna let that. There's no way in hell I was gonna let that car go. Like, I worked hard for that car right there. There was no way I was going to let that car go. That's my favorite car.
Because somebody decided it would be a good idea to post, like, I think in the video there's like a clip where he shows on like Google Maps or something the way to get to his parking garage, and I feel like that's how people found out where he lived. And this honestly just shows how these parasocial relationships are taken way too far on the online community. This man was literally talking about, you know, Kai Cenat, Duke Dennis, Phantom, all the people in this group like he knew them for real. Like he was gonna go see them tomorrow, like at a basketball game or something. Like he thought that he was friends with these people, and he thought it was okay to go and film a video next to his car, and he's never met this man in real life. You don't really know these people that you follow on social media. You don't really know them. You only know what they show you. How certain fans can turn from really fun and really, you know, supportive people to critics. The more that we feel like we know someone, the more we feel entitled to judge them. Disappointment can lead to resentment, especially if the creator no longer aligns with the image we've built of them. This is how snark culture gets involved in these parasocial relationships. If you don't know what snark culture is, we're going to be talking about Reddit snark pages, and if you don't know what a snark page is, I'm actually glad you don't know what a snark page is. Snark pages are subreddits, usually on, or sub forums, usually on Reddit, but they're also like Lipstick Alley or other type of websites that mock influencers, but they say that they are providing critiques, or they're making sure that these influencers are taking accountability for the actions that they have done.
Let's talk about snark subreddits for a second. I think that talking about influencers and their problematic behavior is important, but some of these subreddits just are closeted bullying in the name of, oh, we're just calling out problematic behavior. And listen, I am not like an influencer apologist. Like, if you have like 2 million followers and you're making a crap ton of money, I have a hard time feeling bad for you, but also I do understand that you're human. But I was on the Avery Woods subreddit because I feel like people either love her or they hate her, and people always like say bad things about her, and I'm like, oh, like, why do people not like her? So I'm on the subreddit, and I could not find really a whole lot of valid points. Like maybe a few like about her children and showing her children online, and like she spends a lot of money and like whatever. But that's for like any influencer. The rest of the subreddit was just talking about how they don't like her hair, they don't like her body, and they don't like her nail beds. Like they were literally talking crap about her nails. And I just think we all need to like touch grass and like come to Jesus moment and just stop being vile human beings on the internet, even if you're behind a screen. It's so weird. Like, it's okay, let's call out actual valid problematic behavior, but are you really gonna get on the internet and talk shit about someone's nail beds? Like, is that what we're doing? It's juvenile.
And a lot of these times they're sharing screenshots, they're sharing personal anecdotes about if they've met the creator before. And honestly, these forums can get very cruel. They'll usually talk about a person's weight, their relationship, their parenting, what they look like, what they sound like. So many things are scrutinized in these snark Reddit pages. I know because I've, you know, I'm not saying I'm above it, but I've been in snark pages before for creators that I just wanted to know more about. And then I was like, wait, y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. You're weird. So, I'm going to talk about who gets targeted to the most on these snark pages, but obviously the most people that get snarked, a lot of the creators that are snarked on or have snark pages are usually women. They could be plus size creators, mothers, or anyone that is seen as cringy or weird. They get a snark page. Anyone that has a following on social media, I'm not surprised if they have a snark page, which is very sad. Let's talk about some real world examples. Now, this person that I'm going to talk about, I know a lot about them because I fell into Girl World like 3 years ago. If you don't know who Amberlynn Reid is, good. I'm glad you don't know who Amberlynn Reid is. But Amberlynn Reid is a content creator who has been on a weight loss journey for literally the past 10 years. And for that fact, people have made multiple snark pages. There are multiple commentary channels that make videos about Amberlynn Reid.
You're a lie. You're a lie. I heard her say. I'm not really a pepperoni girl, but oh well. I use proper grammar no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm writing a note to somebody or whether I'm just texting or tweeting. No matter what it is, I just like have a really big like OCD with it. Like it's kind of like a perfectionist problem. She had my charts in her hand. She was like, "You're healthy, but you are obese." It breaks my heart because she doesn't understand nutrition like I do, and I don't, like, who's gonna listen to me? Look at me, you know, that's just how it goes. I'm kind of nervous to actually try this
really nervous because this is so random. It's like a little cucumber boat.
Focused on the way she acts on camera, the way she acts with the relationships with the people around her, how she is on her weight loss journey. And don't get me wrong, there are some very, very valid criticisms of Amberlynn Reid. Like, she is a very crazy woman in general, but sometimes people take their snarking and the things they say about any content creator in general a little too far. I remember there was a point where someone like sent Amberlynn Reid some type of cake or some type of dessert to her PO box and tried to like troll her. There are so many people that troll Amberlynn Reid on a daily basis, and it's even worse because she's the type of creator that feeds into it because she knows it gets her views. She knows it is going to get her comments and people engaging in her video because she needs to make money. And that's the other side that people don't talk about these like parasocial relationships, is sometimes the creator knows what they're doing. They bring people on these very, very emotional and very, very vulnerable situations because they know that people are going to react in a certain way and they're going to feel a certain way to make money and to boost their videos in order to make more money for themselves.
Listen up, everybody. Today I'm going to teach you what rage bait actually is, because a lot of y'all think y'all don't fall for it, but you clearly do, so I'm going to help y'all out. The purpose of rage bait is not to make you mad, it's to make you interact. Commenting the rage bait didn't work on me clearly shows the rage bait did work because you interacted with the post. Now, there is a gray area with rage baits where somebody's actions need to be discussed because they're problematic, right? But if you catch yourself discussing talking points that's already been discussed at a large scale and you're not adding anything new, you falling for the rage bait again, in my personal opinion. Best thing you can do with rage bait is not comment, not share, click not interested, and don't watch the full video. Genuinely. I just need to say this because a lot of people think they're not falling for rage bait, but they keep on interacting with the video and post, dog. Like, I don't know why, it just drives me insane. Rage bait does not care about your emotions. It does not care if you're happy, mad, or sad. It just cares if you interact. In my personal opinion, I think a lot of y'all love being rage baited in different ways, right? But I don't know why. I feel like it's a multitude of different reasons that I'm not going to get into. I'll say this though. I think it's frustrating to be stuck in the gray area where somebody's problematic behavior needs to be discussed when they're rage baiting, because you don't want to give these people attention because they think all attention is good attention. So it's really hard to deal with. What is the right way to go about discussing problematic behavior in rage baiters? I don't have a clear, confident answer for this question. So if anybody else thinks they do, I'd love to hear it in the comments or something. I don't know.
Another primary example of this is Mikayla Nogueira. She is a beauty influencer on TikTok. She has millions and millions of followers, but the main controversy she was a part of is she was criticized for allegedly faking a mascara review. I think she got mascara from like L'Oreal or something. She was like doing a review of it, putting it on her eyes or whatever, and people could tell that she had on false eyelashes.
This creator has literally built her entire brand off of controversy.
Please do a full face Arabic glam. I am attempting Arabic style glam.
I'm sure everyone remembers self-tan gate and mascara gate and the try being an influencer for a day and the fake accent scandal. These type of numbers do not come without creating controversy. It's what makes you memorable. But the best part is that the people in her comment section think that they're being some sort of crusaders when in reality, she's baiting you. This is what she wants. This is a strategic marketing effort. The more people she can make mad, the more views she gets, the more money she makes.
And it wasn't actually her eyelash in the video of the review. But a lot of people took that and ran. They talked about her accent, the tone, her tone of voice, what she sounds like, and people were just dogging on her. And I feel like you can call a creator when they're being wrong and not being truthful and lying to the audience, but there's another directly make fun of or say really, really rude things about a creator that you don't know. This last example, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like she did deserve what happened to her. In this case, this Snark page really was one of the reasons why she got arrested. So the last one I'm going to talk about is Ruby Franke. If you don't know who Ruby Franke is, she was arrested I think in 2023 for abusing her children, and she was a very, very well-known YouTube family channel page.
Former mom influencer Ruby Franke is being sentenced today on child abuse charges. The Utah mother of 6 and her business partner pleaded guilty to the charges after police found one of Franke's sons emaciated with open wounds and bound with duct tape. Police say one of Franke's daughters was also found malnourished. Now she faces up to 60 years in prison.
Which I absolutely hate family channels, so if you want a video about family channels, I will happily make that. But she is a mommy vlogger who turned into a criminal. Even before she was arrested, there were multiple Reddit threads and Reddit communities who started to look at her videos and see how rude that she was to her children and to her family, and the weird actions she took to discipline, quote unquote, discipline her family. That was honestly just abuse. Her arrest for child abuse, the mockery did not stop. People to this day make fun of her, make videos about her, are following up on her criminal case because she was an awful mom. I think this kind of shows that Reddit pages and just snark and commentary and critique on creators in general can honestly be a good thing if you're pointing out really abusive tendencies and really just bad things creators are doing. And the more you talk about it and the more you bring it to light, more people are going to see eyes on that and actual change will be taking place. So I think it's always just a double-sided coin when it comes to parasocial relationships in general, or just being opinions on creators. Is some is going to be good, some is going to be bad, and that's just how the internet works at the end of the day. I think there's a loop when it comes to these parasocial relationships as well, especially because you start, okay, this is like the life cycle of a viewer. A viewer starts to really like a content creator. They follow them, they support them, they comment on their videos. Then the one time a creator does something that they don't like, that they don't think is good, or their content starts to be different and that's not what they signed up for, that is when they join a Snark page. And when they join the Snark page, they start to nitpick and make comments on and critique a creator on every little thing that they do, and then the cycle just continues and continues and continues. This can also be very harmful to the creator themselves, because and then when these comments flood these creators' videos, it makes the creator want to address the drama, and more of this event or whatever happened to them becomes more content, and the cycle can. That is one of the ways I think creators know that they can make money, is if they do some type of rage bait, whether it's like, you know, rage bait, emotional bait, some type of way to really get their audience worked up in some type of way. They know they're going to come flooding to the video, and then they're going to have to make a response, and that response is going to get even more views than the original video for what people got mad at. And I think this also speaks to the demand for authenticity in the social media space, especially nowadays, because a lot of people are tired with influencer culture. They're tired of people lying to them. They're tired of people trying to sell them stuff that doesn't work.
What point in an influencer's journey do you find yourself saying, this is not authentic?
When they get some money is when they quit their corporate job, when they get a new house, when they buy the luxury vehicle, when they start going to Pilates. All of a sudden influencers are inauthentic. But really, they're not inauthentic. They just lose a certain level of relatability. In this video, Jayla was referring to going to Pilates. Now, I personally cannot relate to that because I know that I cannot afford to go to Pilates. I don't even know how much it costs. I just know I can't afford it. But what I can relate to is the fact that she's trying out something new for the first time because she's looking for hobbies. Now, my hobbies are tennis and reading, and that's because they're free, and that's what I can afford. But also, I bet you if she has said, get ready with me to go to the library or get ready to do something that was seemingly free, that comment would have never rolled in, because then it would have been super relatable, because we all can try that out. It's when they get some money, it really is. We all know it too.
They're tired of their favorite creator selling out to make money online. There's a double-sided coin when it comes to authenticity, because when creators are honest about actual stuff going on in their lives, they could be mocked, misunderstood, picked apart. So creators feel like they need to be vulnerable, but they can't be too messy. They should share, but not overshare. Be perfect, but they still have to be relatable. So there's really no winning, especially when you become a really big creator. There's always going to be somebody talking about you, somebody having something to say about what you're doing. And I think this matters because these can honestly reflect our own struggle when it comes to these parasocial relationships, because you have to ask yourself, why are you so upset over these content creators that you do not know?
Can I give my 2 cents about parasocial relationships on social media real quick while I fixie my pixie? The people that you follow are not going to give you their social security number. Hear me out. No matter how long you followed a person, no matter how much of their life you may have indulged in, and no matter how much they may have overshared in the past, myself included, you are not entitled to every season of their business. This is not Grey's Anatomy, nor is it a scripted show for you to binge watch. But I think a lot of people on social media leave their boundaries at the login page. I myself, as a creator, have overshared a time or two in hopes of helping other people heal with my testimony. But like many other creators, this is also my full-time job and a space that I can set boundaries whenever I please. Because creators are really not your cousins, even though I may call you that. And since we share, it's easy to cross the line sometimes, but some of y'all gotta start reading the room. Don't make me call HR. Bye now.
Why are you letting the things that these people do get you so worked up? Why are you engaging in all these think pieces about people you will never meet in your life? And I think it just shows that we are way too online in the digital age. I'm not gonna lie, I found myself in some weird places on the internet where people are taking things and what people say way too far. And if you would just turn off your phone for a couple hours, I will very much reassure you that none of this stuff online is that serious. Social media turns human beings into content and content into currency. And when people become content, their humanity becomes negotiable. Now, here are my final thoughts about this whole video and this whole topic. I think parasocial relationships can be fine if there's a content creator you enjoy and you want to support them and you want to engage with their content. Cool. Once that creator is not doing things that you like, or you don't really like where their content's going, good or bad, then just unfollow. Just unfollow them. You can block people on social media if you really don't want to see their content. It's better to just block somebody than to join a Reddit Snark page and make 5 million Reddit comments about them than just blocking them on social media. You don't have to do that, I promise. So intimacy online is real but not always mutual, and maybe the first step in being more responsible viewer is recognizing when the line between empathy and entitlement has been crossed. That is my video about parasocial relationships. I just really wanted to make this video because I saw that stuff, or that situation that happened with Duke Dennis and the weird fan on YouTube that made a video about him. And it really made me think about my own, I guess, social media consumption when it came to engaging with... I don't really comment on people's videos or engage, and I think it's always good to kind of reflect on how you're engaging with content online, and do you need to take a step back, or what's going on for real. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any other topics you want me to make a video essay about. I really do like making these videos, just to deep dive on some topics that I'm interested in. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!